guys, so today we have, I'm catching up from last week because I didn't film a bunch of videos last week for reasons, and I'm just catching up on stories from last week. So if this is a little bit old for you guys, it's the last week. I promise this is the last week that I'm catching up on old stories. But subscribe with the bell icon for engagement. Let's just get into it. Today we're talking about Dine In Toronto, who is a TikToker from, I'm assuming, Toronto, and she got into a heated argument with a parchment paper business owner, like the CEO and owner of this company, because I still don't really quite understand his problem. Like, if I show you guys the first TikTok, we just cannot link it to the end, or at least I can't. So if you guys can explain to me what set him off, I would love to know. But let's just get into it. So she posted a TikTok of her gifting her dad really expensive pans. She's like, he's always wanted these pans, these are like his dream pans. But that's how your dreams are once you hit a certain age. You're like, pans are amazing. It's like right now, I'm like, I just want someone to buy me socks. That's what I want. I just want socks. We're always running out of socks. They always get ripped up. That's a great gift. Or like just practical stuff, you know? Deodorant. Just things that get very expensive very quickly. So she bought him pans and he tested it by cooking her a meal. Sounds wonderful, right? Thank you, daughter, for buying me these expensive pans. Let me bless you with a meal.
When I told my dad I was going to be getting him the same pans that Gordon Ramsay has, he was so excited. I'm talking about the Hexclad Pans, and today my dad is going to be showing us how to make a stir-fried veggie and chicken with some fried rice. These pans are so durable and they're dishwasher safe, which is great for the cleanup crew, aka me. This meal is one of my favorites from my dad, and these pans are going to be his new favorite gift, I already know.
What can really go wrong with this story? Well, enter a man who owns a parchment paper company. The parchment paper company is called parchmentpaper.com. Originality and creativity are not our strong points. He leaves a comment under that TikTok basically saying that she is privileged and that she is living life on easy mode. Because I guess her dad cooked her a meal, or her dad is like financially well off, or she bought him pans, so she's living life on easy mode. I'm just not really sure what the easy mode bit is. So she just responds to it in like a comment because I think she thinks it's like a troll or like a joke. And then she notices that it's like a CEO of a company. It's like the official TikTok account, right? So she does a TikTok about it.
That video went so much more viral than I thought it would. Honestly, I was just sharing my experience with what happened from a comment on a business account that was on my profile. Just because you deleted the comment doesn't mean it didn't happen, because I still have screenshots, timestamps, everything with your name on it. But I do want to say that I don't really appreciate people sending them death threats. That's never okay. But having said that, they did send me a legal notice. It came from info@parchmentpapers.com, and it says that they are really worried about the safety of their team, and if I don't remove the defamatory posts on TikTok, they will be taking legal action, which I don't believe it's defamatory because I have proof of your name saying all of those things. All I said was I was trying to be a nice person and look out for your company. I thought you were hacked because nobody in their right mind would leave those comments from a business account, but you did, and you continue to take it further and tell me that bring no economic value to this society or economy or whatever. So yeah, like, I don't believe it's defamatory. I also don't believe you have a legal department because you signed it incorrectly. It says legal department at parchmentpapers.com. You forgot the dot.
And then she also emails him and is like, well, she emails the company and it's like, hey, I think you guys have been hacked because there's no reason for you guys as a company to leave this comment. This is not from his personal account. This is from the company account. And he essentially emails back and says that they were not hacked and that he doesn't know why she would think that, and that she's living life on easy mode. And basically he said, I said what I said and I meant what I meant. Or I meant what I said. I'm really not sure how that saying goes. I said what I said and I meant what I said. Something like that. But he said it. He said essentially that in that email. So he doubles down and then he comments again and calls her essentially a trust fund baby. He's like, she's a snowflake. She's getting triggered about this, and she's also a trust fund baby. That was essentially the comment. So people obviously start leaving bad reviews on this company. Why wouldn't they? That's just kind of how the cookie crumbles. And I know it's not right. It's not right to leave 1-star reviews of a company that you've never used. But you get yourself into public drama on the internet. What do you think is going to happen? What do we think is going to happen? So he starts posting, because because it's technically a company, right? He's not doing this from his personal account. They start posting on Instagram stories, trying to double down again. Basically saying this was never on TikTok. We don't have a TikTok account. We left the comment on Instagram, and that they will find all of the people that were leaving negative reviews through their IP addresses, which they've collected apparently, and they will file a lawsuit against these people for a negative review, and they will also sue this TikToker for defamation of character, even though she just read out and reacted to comments that he left and emails that he sent her. Right, so I'm not really sure where the defamation part is. He's starting to do the typical thing that I see happen a lot, where he's like, oh my god, I triggered the snowflakes. You guys are so sensitive. You guys are the woke mob. You guys are the woke mob. And it's just so cringy, because it's like, if you really want to be this guy that's like unbothered and I don't care what anyone says about me, I'll say controversial things, then just stand on business, leave your comment, and then move on to sell your parchment paper. But the doubling down, the comments, the emails, the Instagram stories, the I will sue you guys, and it's just not giving very unbothered as he would like you guys to think that he is, with his, you know, posts about him drinking alcohol essentially on a beach on a holiday. Like, it's not very unbothered, because you've actually posted more than her at this point about it, and yet she's triggered and like the woke mob is out to get me. It's just a little bit, you know, cringy. Exactly. I said what I said and I meant what I said. He does a sale then called the Crybaby Special, because apparently everyone else is the crybaby, not him, even though he's been crying about it this whole time. Also, if you guys, I don't know if my eyes look red because I can't really see, but I've been trying contact lenses, so that's been going, I guess. And he says thanks to the non-woke followers, and this is like a sale for them, for the non-woke followers. The thing is, I hate that this was made into like a woke non-woke thing, because this is surely the non-woke surely all the people that are like F the woke crowd and blah 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 should be offended by this, because this is not a great representation of someone who's like anti-woke culture. Surely this is not what you guys want to be known as. Just someone who leaves unprovoked comments under people's posts that make no sense. It's not like a funny joke. It's not like this is just dark humor. You just don't get it. It's like, it's not funny. It's unprovoked. And then instead of being unbothered, you go on this like, I'm gonna dox you guys and I've got your IP addresses. I'll sue you. Like, surely that's not very like unwoke of you. And I'm using these terms very loosely here because I don't think anyone really knows I don't think he knows what it means anymore. Like, isn't it this whole thing that like woke people sue people and silence people? Isn't that the whole thing that like the unwoke crowd says, and yet he's trying to sue the woke people and he's doxing them so they stop speaking out against him? Anyway, he then sends a cease and desist. Okay, but he gets it from like a free form somewhere on the internet, because he doesn't fill in the gaps. So it's essentially the equivalent of like, your name here. It's like, hello, your name here. So that's embarrassing. And then at some point, seize is spelt wrong. So he sends an email to this original TikToker so that she gets her fans to seize the defamation. But seize, he spells as in like seize, like you seize something, and not like seize to stop doing something. So obviously a lawyer didn't write this. Like, surely if you go through law school, you know how to spell seize.
I did not think we would have another update, but you keep emailing me. I just have a few questions about this email. Did you forget to delete the part where it says like your contact information because you're using a template? And also, what's with the cease and desist? I thought it was CEASE. Who's doing your spell check?
And yeah, so she needs to get her followers to seize the defamation. And so she responds in a TikTok again, and she debunks this whole like, this is my legal counsel speaking out to you, because he spells the name of his company wrong in the email.
No, but this just keeps getting better. Another day, another email. This time you decided to fix the typos. Congratulations. And you also told me you're fixing the typos. Very interesting thing for your legal department to say. But your cease and desist at the bottom, I saw that it said rocketlawyer.com. So of course I had to call them and ask them, is this a real legal document? And they said no immediately. And they said this looks like a phishing scam and you should probably not respond. Anyways, then you decided you're gonna start using my work email, which is public, to sign me up for corn sites, for Scientology, but you forgot that those companies will actually send you the IP where the accounts were made from. And it's funny because it's pinging in California and I'm not in California, but I do remember that on Trustpilot, when you had your address up, it was coming up in California. Suspicious, huh?
And like I said, I just don't quite understand how we went from a frying pan video, to him going on this woke mob, anti-woke mob tirade in the middle. That made no sense. To then suing with his legal department, who is really google.com, cease and desist form, and just like forgets to fill it in properly and also just spells things wrong. I just understand how you can be this sensitive while also calling other people woke and like snowflakes. But he's the most... Do you see what I'm trying to say? I feel like I'm going crazy now. Like, this is me. I'm going crazy. Surely if you're going on this like, triggered snowflakes, you guys are so sensitive and triggered while being triggered, surely that's not very unwoke of you. I just want people to stick to their like theme. If you have a theme of your life, you know, your theme is being unwoke, stick to it. Stick to it, do it well. I guess that's what frustrating me today. He's just not doing it well. Anyway, I just don't quite understand what's going on. If you guys can explain his mindset to me, that'd be great. I'd love to know. So subscribe with the bell icon for engagement. I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye guys.